Hey tribe, it's me, Kiki T, and I'm back for another video with you ladies. Today we're going to be talking about how I am overcoming depression as a single mom. If you've seen my testimony video, you know that I am really focused on being more authentic with you all. This is not something that is easy for me to talk about, but I feel like it can help somebody. So I'm going to talk about it. So let's get into it. The first thing that I would mention when it comes to battling depression is that you want to keep in mind that this is a spirit. Like it is, depression is a spirit and it's a stronghold. And it's called the spirit of heaviness. And to combat the spirit of heaviness, you put on the garment of praise. So when you're worshiping God, and you're praising God and you're dwelling in his presence, from personal experience, I can tell you that it helps so much. So much peace comes from just worshiping and praising God, because like you're sending your praises to where it's supposed to go. So that is the first thing that I like keep at the forefront of my mind, because it's so important and it's so liberating. But the reality is that it doesn't just go away from praising God one time. So some other things that I like to keep in mind is just being patient. I'm not the most patient person with anything, but when it comes to being a single mom, it's really important for me to keep to focus on growing in my patience, because my daughter really needs me to be patient with her, especially when I'm coming at her with not the clearest of head. Just learning to be more patient, not only with my daughter, because I have a very strong-willed, strong-natured 2-year-old, okay? She's been like this since she was born. She's been like this since she was in my womb. However, it's very frustrating when she's not listening and when she's focused so hard on doing what she wants to do. It can get really frustrating. But just remembering to stay patient with her, remembering to not like snuff out her personality just because it's annoying me at that time, is really something that I have to like remind myself of. Like, it's not just what you want. And honestly, I've tried to like focus on not being so dictatorship, like authoritative, I think that's the word, but just trying to be like open to her just being open to it not only being my way, and trying to like give her room to figure things out for herself. Because at the end of the day, like, it's not that she's not trying to listen, I think it's more so that she's just trying to figure things out for her own. She's very independent also, and it gets frustrating because I'm like, look, I'm trying to show you what to do, just do it how I'm telling you to do it. But it's important for me to keep in mind that there is more than one right way, and my way is not the only way. So that's something that I try to keep in mind as much as I can when it comes to raising her by myself. And then another thing that I like to do when I'm especially in a dark place within myself is I like to get us outside. If I'm working from home and she's not in daycare that day, then I like to take her out on my lunch break to the park and just let her run around. Like, we both get some sun, we get out of the house, get some fresh air. Like, it makes us both feel good. And on top of that, like, we come home and she takes a nap because she's been running around. So that's always nice, especially in this time where she's not really napping, because she just doesn't get tired. Like, she's high energy from the time she wakes up, from the time to the time she goes to sleep. So like, she just doesn't care for naps anymore, which sucks because she's screaming all day. But overall, I would say it's really been a blessing that like God has given me this child, because I don't think I would be here if she wasn't here. Like, I didn't have a reason to live. I didn't care if I lived. Like, I've never been suicidal, but it didn't make a difference to me if I lived or if I died. Like, I didn't think anybody would pay it. Like, it wouldn't make a difference in my opinion. But now that she's here, it's like I have a responsibility of leaving a legacy behind. Like, it's my responsibility to raise her up right, raise her to be a good citizen, and like leave her something, like give her the tools she needs to be able to live her life. So I'm grateful for my daughter, even though it has made things harder, but it's made me more aware of how depressed I really was, and how like it's not okay that I'm just going through life like this, because I don't want to hand this down to her. And she's a very joyful child. Like, she's very extroverted and just joyous. So that helps too. Sometimes it's annoying, but you know, I'm just being real. Like, I'm very introverted and mellow, and like her being the exact opposite of me, it's kind of frustrating sometimes because I don't get a break. But you know, as she grows older, I think we'll get a better understanding of each other, and it'll just, like, our friendship, our companionship, and we'll just grow stronger, because we'll start to understand each other. Like, we'll be able to better communicate as she gets older. At least that's what I hope. So that's all I have for you all today. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel and share it with somebody that may need it. I did want to mention I'm not in therapy currently. I am working on finding a therapist, but I have to find somebody that accepts my insurance, and somebody that I can afford after the insurance. So it's not something that I've done yet, but I do recommend it from other people that have gone to therapy. Like, they have recommended it to me, and I recommend it to you all. And if it's in your range to do, like, I would suggest that you do that. So yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye.